Hi, Mike. How are you? And welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much, Bernie. I'm very well. How are you?
I am fantastic. It's been a long, long time. So how is it over there in Condilow?
Well, you've picked probably the hottest day of the year to set this up. It's fantastic at the moment. It's Caribbean weather, Bernie.
I know. Viewers, thank you. Welcome welcome and thanks for joining us. We have here Mike Williams from the Caribbeanist. Now, I say the Caribbeanist, he says the Caribbeanist. So that's the difference in pronunciations.
Some say
right?
tomatoes, some say tomatoes. Yeah.
I know, exactly. Potato and all those things, all of that, right? So now let's talk business. First of all, Mike, it's so good to see you because with the pandemic, you've been one of our regular attendees at our networking events, but you know, the pandemic has actually kept you away. How have you been? How has it been for you and your customers at this time?
Well, you know, it's no secret, Bernie. The travel industry is in a coma, you know.
Yes.
People have no confidence in wanting to travel, certainly in the immediate future. Saying that, I am starting to receive inquiries for next year, which is promising. And a lot of my preferred destinations, you know, Caribbean particularly, are starting to open their borders to international travel.
Fabulous. Which ones are those now that are open?
Jamaica's open.
Woo!
Antigua's open.
Yes.
Grenada's open. It's mainly the bigger islands.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller islands, they're still sucking it to sea, I believe.
Yes.
But, you know, this will only be over, Bernie, once and when a vaccine is developed. That's the only, you know, permanent solution to COVID-19.
Yes.
But saying that, you know, we've just got to do the best that we can given the circumstances we find ourselves in. And I'm trying to keep positive. I'm trying
Yes,
to...
I was going to ask you, how do you do? What have you done? Tell me, talk to me about what you've done to try to...
What I'm working actively on at the moment is developing my product skills, because most of my suppliers have set up virtual meetings around their destinations, be it hotel owners, be it island tourist boards, airlines even. So I'm taking advantage of all those opportunities so that at least my product knowledge is up to date.
Yes.
I'm aware of what's happening on individual islands in terms of their time scales and the sort of protocols they're putting in place to cover COVID problems. So that's the main focus at the moment.
Yes.
I'm also trying to maintain a Facebook presence by posting dreamy images as and when I can, just to give people a lift, you know.
Yes, yes.
To tell people, look, guys, keep dreaming. It won't be long now.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's keeping me occupied, Bernie.
Yes, yes. But no, I know some things about you that I think the audience would be very interested in. So tell us a little bit, some interesting things on your background.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Quite a varied background, you know. I've worked in the public sector, in the private sector, ran a post office for a number of years, but my passion and my love, which I think you're probably referring to, is the Caribbean, and in particular, a little island called Jamaica.
Yes.
In probably before you were born, Bernie, in 1972.
I won't correct you whether you're right or not.
In 1972, my wife and I went on honeymoon on the first ever Thompson's package trip to Jamaica. When we were on island, we saw some guy called Bob Marley. I don't know whether you've ever heard of him. We saw Bob Marley in a nightclub in Ocho Rios. My wife had a handbag pinched, but that's as an aside.
Oh no! Don't mention the handbag.
And then a couple of days.
It's what happens when you go clubbing anywhere, Mike. I love to jump to the fence of, you know, you go clubbing anywhere, you get things stolen, even in good old Nice.
I'm Clandilo, Bernie. I'm Clandilo. And we were extras in a film called Live and Let Die, which was being filmed on the island at the time when we were there.
The
So for
same
me,
time.
at
But what
exactly
an
the same time.
exciting honeymoon you had.
Fantastic, Bernie. But for me, that was the hook for the Caribbean. That started my passion for the Caribbean. And practically every year since 1972, sometimes more than once a year, I've
Yes,
been visiting the Caribbean. Bit more adventurous now than I was in those days. I used to stick to, the big islands,
yes,
felt safe. But now I'm spreading my wings a bit, and perhaps, my favorite islands are the smaller islands because they're more difficult to access.
yes,
By definition, they're quieter.
yes,
I've developed relationships over the years with hotel owners, taxi drivers, Minister of Tourism,
yes,
So I'd like to think that in terms of the Caribbean as a region, I can offer potential clients
yes,
some local knowledge and
yes.
guidance.
Fabulous. Well, that's incredible. And I just had to have you share that story because, as a Jamaican, the only time I actually saw Bob Marley, to be, I'm sad to say, was when he was lying in state at
Okay.
the National Arena when he had passed away.
Yeah.
I did sneak out of school. My parents are both with the Lord, so I can confess I snuck out of school when I shouldn't have, and
Mm.
I joined that long queue, and I was standing right there. I could have touched him, and we did drive following the procession almost to 9 miles until
Okay.
we had to turn back because I get picked up from school every day, you see. So I had to get
Okay.
back to get that pickup. So yeah, but that's my story with Bob Marley. But Mike, it's folks, we're gonna have a longer session with Mike another time on a
Yeah. Yeah.
podcast, but we are trying to keep it within 10 minutes because we want to get
Okay.
this interview on Instagram, and they've limited us to 10 minutes. We
Okay.
can't go over, or else you won't see him on the other platforms.
Okay.
You don't want to
Okay.
see him. So, Mike, we just want to tell you, would you just tell people now, how can they find you to get your expertise? Where can they look? I know you're in Landino, but yes, how do they find you?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook page, Bernie,
Yes,
and we've also got a web page. So the
yes,
web page address is www.thecaribbeanist.co.uk,
yes.
and the Facebook page, just search for The Caribbeanist and you'll find all our contact details there. In
Fabulous.
terms of my access telephone numbers, I'm available 24/7. Either mobile or landline. Mobile is 07795 862 139, and landline number is Llandilo code, which is 01558 824145. But all those details are on the
Fantastic.
webpage and Facebook page as well.
Fantastic. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Mike is an incredibly fantastic person to know. He is very professional. He has a lot of integrity. And so I can recommend him as somebody to speak to for anything that you might need, and in particular, your travel needs. Thank you very much, Mike. Such
Thank
a
you,
pleasure
Bernie.
having you.
Thank you, Bernie.
You're welcome.